What's up, everybody? I'm, of course, the one, the only, the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! Representing Team FTK, as always, guys. And today, guys, as the title says, I'm going to be bringing you a top 5 Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duel deck list. Now, this list is comprised of what I believe is the top 5 best decks, as well as what I've seen online in tournaments, as well as what I've experienced in tournaments, and what I've seen surrounding YouTube. So you're not just going to hear some of my own personal opinions, I will be referencing some of those things. But before I even get onto the list, there are a few things I just got to say to you guys. Number one is an apology. Honestly, I'm absolutely sorry that I haven't been able to post any videos, and it's actually for a good reason, guys. It's not just because I've been busy, it's actually because I've been saving up the money to buy a mic and a camera, because my last one's actually busted. The mic started making a really annoying noise every time I recorded with it. The camera just started, creating really weird pixels. So I've gone out, bought a new mic, bought a new camera. Hopefully you guys enjoy the quality a lot more, and that's what I'm aiming for. Now, guys, it's on to the list. So with this list, as I said, it's not just my personal opinion, it is also going to be what I've seen online and going off all that. I'm also going to be saying, it's not exactly the whole setup that you have to run with the deck. It's not the exact, you don't have to go card for card, you can change it up. The great thing about this game is that it's so versatile that you can run, honestly, any deck that has destruction, control, and, just straight up defense, and potentially win quite a few games. But with all that being said, this is what I believe is the top 5 decks, as well as what I've seen online as the top 5 decks. So, number 1, without any random order, guys, I'm just going by the order that I wrote them down. So don't take this to heart of like, oh, well, this number's 5, but it should be 1. Guys, it's just what I wrote down as I was doing it. So in my opinion, number 1 on the list that I first came up with was Serpent Knight with, of course, Vigilance, Serpent Dragon, because honestly, it's an incredible deck, the way that it can easily be able to be used as destruction. You can spam out Serpent Dragon quite easily because you can either use card advance and double costin, or you can straight up go for the tribute doll. The deck actually is being run so well that it has actually performed topped at tournaments all around the world, and the biggest reason is because not only does it have the destruction on its side, but with Vigilance you can straight up negate your opponent's stuff. As well as this, the deck pretty much, depending on how you want to run it, if you choose to run card advance, and I will be putting pictures, guys, that's what's here. So in case you don't know any of the cards, they're right there, guys. So, card advance is an absolute great card as well, because it allows you to basically stack your deck in any way that you want. So you've got a deck that not only can you destroy one card if you get at least 4 monsters, not just destroy one card, and also add one of the 4 that you reveal because of the skill, which will be right here or here. It allows you to search and add, because you can run any of these you can run Summoner's Art and able to add the Serpent. You can bring it out either with Tribute Doll, as I said, and all that. Double Costin, either or. And because of card advance, not only can you get to tribute, so if you've got double costin on the field, you tribute, get Serpent Knight, and you've actually already stacked the deck, so you know which 4 cards are going to be next. And you pretty much make it at least 2 monsters, so that you can get both of 2 or 3 monsters, so you can get the effects off. If you get 4 monsters straight up, you get all the effects. It's absolutely insane. As I said, the skill will be right there, so you can read even better. Absolutely wonderful because, just all the destruction. Next on the list, Tribal Synergy. Basically anything with Amazoness and Harpy. I still find this deck really well and relevant at my tournaments. I see it quite a lot. It not only has the destruction and protection, basically you get so much draw power because of the skill. It is a really budget friendly deck, and that's why it just had to be on this list, guys. Same with, Serpent Dragon. It had to be on the list because, they're both budget-friendly decks. You can easily pick up the 3 structure decks, and then you just add any spice that you're pretty much missing, like Vigilance, which comes in a different structure deck. Tribal Synergy, all that stuff comes in the same structure deck, which was, the Kaiba one, which I'll show a picture of, right there. And it just makes the deck so much well put out because it's so easy to obtain. Basically, you can run it in any way you want. You can run the more Harpies way, where you can get back row destruction. You can run the more Amazoness way, where you're pretty much just using the Harpies as draw power and using the Amazoness with Heirloom to get full-on destruction off, because regardless if that monster attacks, if their opponent's monster remains still somehow on the field, not only will they take the damage because of it being Amazoness Swordswoman that it was equipped to, they will also have their monster destroyed either way, which just makes it absolutely phenomenal. It's an easy deck to pick up and learn, doesn't take much focus, which absolutely makes it great. Next on my list, it starts to get more expensive because these are the decks that, not all the cards came in the structure deck. You had to start buying the boosters, and for me, it was Relinquished. So Relinquished, in my opinion, is still a pretty great deck. It might not still be tier 1, it's coming down to tier 2, but it depends on how you play it. I put this still on the list because there is actually a build that you can put in with Serpent Dragon, I keep on saying Serpent. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Every time I say that, there's the rule. If you're drinking, take a shot and good luck to you. There's a fun one for you. But yeah, so Relinquished is basically with Serpent Dragon, you can get the destruction off, have a monster on the field that takes your opponent's monsters, equipping it to it. So you've got two incredibly powerful monsters on the field. Your opponent's board is wide open due to the destruction, and the search power is absolutely insane because you have Sonic, Bird, as well as Senju, which allow you to search. You've got protection cards like Half Shot, which, you just equip it, you just activate it onto either your Dragon, or you can equip it, activate it straight onto your Relinquish, whichever one you prefer more. And then you can get even more crazy from that, because you've got Kunai, which can easily give it more attack power, and it just gets even more nuts, because if you're rolling double Cyclone, then you can not only just last turn, oh yeah, I took my opponent's monster, but now I'm going to activate double Cyclone, pop my card, pop their back card, and take their new monster. Now, as long as even if they run Waking the Dragon as one of their back rows, the fun thing is, a lot of the cards that is currently out with Waking the Dragon, there aren't a lot of the ones that say this card cannot be targeted, which makes it absolutely insane. So depending on what deck you're going up against, that whole, oh yeah, you can't target a monster, well, Relinquish can pretty much take 90% of the cards still out there in the way of monsters, which makes it absolutely insane. As well as this, there is an easy way to win of if you equip their defense position monster that was face down, of course. Its attack becomes 0. Whatever you attack into, you and your opponent will both take the damage either way. It's absolutely insane. Next on the list as number 4 that I'm putting it, but as I said, it's in any random order, guys, I put Blade Knight Control. Blade Knight Control is absolutely insane. The reason why, it is not an easy deck to easily obtain because of Blade Knight itself, and that's what makes it expensive, but basically because the monster itself is really powerful. You've got cards like Zombina, which can easily recycle it, and you can easily just, bring out your Warrior Girl, which is going to be a picture right here, and, just protect your warrior straight up, have the control on the field, use your back row cards, which is going to be your straight up destruction and all that, and the deck works really well with Aerosol and Hidden Parasite, which is another fun combo, where basically it turns everything into insects, and then you activate Aerosol and, just bomb the field of monsters, which is absolutely fun. And then on number 5, to round off the list, guys, I put on Skull Servants. Now, this might sound weird, but Skull Servants is actually a really fun deck. It's, semi-budget friendly because a lot of the cards that did come in the set are actually quite cheap in the way that you can easily, purchase them depending on how much you're wanting to spend. As I said, I pretty much worked the list down of how expensive you would pretty much go down to the list, and Blade Knight Control and Skull Servants definitely end up being more expensive due to, all the cards for a Relinquish mostly being in common other than Sonic, Bird, and Senju. But as I was saying with Skull Servants, basically, you just, with the skill, keep on dumping skulls, get a monster up to 3,000 plus attack. It's absolutely insane. The funny thing is, Relinquish loses to this deck, and I know this because I've lost to it quite easily, because their biggest monster is always that, and if I take anything less, it's always going to be 15 or 1500 attack or lower, basically. And, well, if I take their, their all-powerful Skull Servant King, basically the attack of my Relinquish will always be 0, so yes, I can attack until my opponent take the damage, but it's ridiculous. So Skull Servants absolutely deserve to be on this list because of, you know, just the amount of how much power they actually have without having so much power, if that makes sense. Because all the different ways that you can play in the way of, oh yes, my monster is 3000 attack. Take it if you dare. It doesn't really matter. I'll just use something to either get rid of it, to make you destroy shit. You've got Zombina, which once again recycles a lot of the cards. Zombina is absolutely insane, which is really fun in both Blade Knight and Skull Servants. But guys, that is my top 5 list, and honestly, I couldn't finish this list with just top 5. No, I have to give some honorable mentions. Number 1 is going to be Gravekeepers. This deck had to be on the list, because although I don't find it to be a top tier deck, there are a lot of people that still find this deck to be a top tier one. And I don't particularly know why. Yes, it does have, you know, great defense. Yes, it can control some of the game, but compared to Blade Knight control, you know, Serpent, Dragon, it's not going to be up there for me in the way of to be in the top 5. I've bet Gravekeepers way too easily with Relinquish. I've bet Gravekeepers way too easily with Amazonas. Basically, whatever I use against Gravekeepers, it is quite easy to beat, basically, because if they have no back row, they've got nothing. Yes, they have maybe Oracle, but you get over Oracle and some of their back row and you can easily win the game. Next on the list, gotta be Dino Heatwave. The reason this is because it is such a fun deck, but it can't be in the top 5 because it is absolutely ridiculous to try and rely on getting Heatwave and Order to Charge in your first hand every time. If you don't get Heatwave, then you can't stall your opponent for long enough, and if you can't do that, then you can't really win the game. That's what the whole purpose of Dino Heatwave is. Although, if you can do it, it's really fun and it can work really well. And for my final honorable mentions, this is Team FTK, guys. You know there's got to be a burn honorable mention on this list, and it is, of course, the Stall and Burn list, which is basically just Man-Eater Bugs, Yomi Ships, you know, the Gravekeeper. They're all going to be here. There's one that inflicts 500 damage every time it's summoned. There's a way that you can just straight up recycle this. Yes, it takes a really long time. That's why it's called a stall. You know, but it's absolutely insane if you can actually pull it off, but not a lot of people can. By the time, it's called Speed Duel for a reason, guys. The games end so quickly that you don't have the necessary time to be able to bring out all these cards. But guys, that has been my top 5 with some honorable mentions. Comment down below what your opinions on, if you've started playing Speed Duel and you find, you know, one of the decks that I didn't mention, even if it was supposed to be an honorable mention or something else, that you believe it should have been on the list. Feel free to comment down below. The one I do regret not mentioning when I said Serpent Dragon was, of course, Dragon Caller, but that's mainly because Serpent Dragon took over the whole Dragon Caller. It just was the better version. But other than that, guys, I want you guys to comment down below any deck that you believe that is way better than any of the top 5 decks that I put on this list, or if you believe that I straight up missed a deck, or if you guys want me to make a particular Speed Duel deck profile video, Speed Duel video, whichever it may be, you guys. Comment down below all your ideas down below. I'll be happy to do them for you guys. And also comment down below what you think of the new quality of these videos. Hopefully you enjoy them a little bit more. But of course, guys, that ends it for me. The one, the only, the Joker of Yu-Gi-Oh! Representing Team FTK, signing off.